Do you ever feel like cutting your expenses by 50% would just make your life miserable? No fun, no eating out, no little pleasures, just endless sacrifice. Well, I used to think that too. But what if I told you that most people aren't broke because they don't earn enough, but because their money is leaking out everywhere? I learned this the hard way. A couple of years ago, I'd look at my bank account at the end of the month and just feel so frustrated. I had a decent job, I was earning okay money, but somehow, there was almost nothing left. Every single month, it was the same cycle. Money came in, and then it just quietly disappeared. So, I decided to run an experiment. I challenged myself to cut my spending as much as I possibly could for a few months to see what actually mattered in my life. The goal wasn't suffering, the goal was clarity. And you know what? It was shocking. I managed to cut almost half of my spending without feeling miserable at all. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. Not roughly, not guessing. Every single coffee, every delivery order, every subscription, every random purchase on Amazon, and within just a week, the truth was staring me in the face. The problem wasn't my big expenses like rent. It was the dozens of small, almost automatic decisions I was making every single day. You know what I'm talking about. Streaming services I barely watched. Food delivery because I was too tired to cook. Those little impulse buys that seem harmless at the moment. Individually, they looked so small, but when I added them all up, they were absolutely destroying my budget. So, instead of a drastic, all-or-nothing approach, I started by eliminating what I call low-value spending. These are the purchases that cost you money but barely add any real value or happiness to your life. Take my daily takeout coffee, for example. I switched to making amazing coffee at home. That one simple change saved me around $120 a month. $120. Then, I tackled the delivery apps. Yes, they're convenient, but they are incredibly expensive once you factor in all the delivery fees, service charges, and tips. I started cooking more at home, and that instantly slashed my food spending by almost half. And here's the surprising part. My life didn't get worse. In fact, I started eating healthier and saving hundreds of dollars every month. Next up was the subscription jungle. Most of us seriously underestimate how much we're paying for subscriptions. Streaming platforms, apps, cloud services, music, premium tools, they all feel cheap on their own. But when I listed them all out and added them up, they were costing me hundreds and hundreds of dollars every year. My rule was simple. If I didn't use it weekly, it got canceled. Not occasionally, not sometimes weekly. Another huge game changer for me was something I call the 48-hour rule. For any non-essential purchase, I had to wait 48 hours before buying it. If I still wanted it just as much after 2 days, then maybe it was worth considering. But a funny thing happened. Most of the time, I completely forgot about it. That powerful urge to buy just vanished. Impulse spending really disappears when you put a little time between the desire and the purchase. Then there's transportation. Cars are one of the biggest wealth killers out there. You've got gas, insurance, maintenance, parking, and the silent killer, depreciation. I started combining my errands into fewer trips, driving less, and just avoiding unnecessary journeys. These were small adjustments, but they led to big savings over time. And what about entertainment? Instead of expensive nights out every single weekend, I started mixing in free or low-cost activities. Things like going for walks in the park, having friends over for a cook-off, or hosting a movie night at home. And honestly, those experiences felt just as good, if not better, because most fun doesn't actually come from spending money. It comes from the people you're with and the moments you share. A major mindset shift was focusing on value per dollar. Instead of asking myself, can I afford this? I started asking, is this truly worth the money? That one question changed everything. Because a lot of things are affordable, but that doesn't mean they're actually worth it. Finally, I focused on one simple, powerful rule: keep the things that genuinely improve your life and cut the things that don't. That's the real secret. Cutting your expenses isn't about eliminating joy. It's about eliminating waste. By the end of my experiment, my expenses had dropped by almost 50%. But my lifestyle didn't feel half as good. In many ways, it felt better. I had less clutter, less impulse spending, and was making more intentional choices. And most importantly, I finally felt in control of my money. Because the goal of cutting expenses isn't deprivation, it's freedom. It's the freedom to save, the freedom to invest, and the freedom to finally stop living paycheck to paycheck. And trust me, once you experience that kind of freedom, going back to careless spending just feels impossible. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helps you find your own path to financial freedom. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips.